Hi everybody, my name is Joanna Martin and welcome to my channel, Wordage. This channel is basically gonna be me talking about a bunch of different things. I don't want it to be any genre specific like books or hair or writing or anything. But for this video specifically, I'm gonna be doing the BookTube Newbie Challenge. So let's get into it. So the first question for this challenge is, why did you start this channel? And I guess that's kind of an easy but also cliche thing to answer, because I started it because I really want to get into the BookTube community. I love that we have such a wide community for literature and engaging in literature with other people and just reading together. It makes me so happy because reading is typically a solitary activity. You know, we just kind of like curl up in balls in our favorite fluffy chairs and our favorite blankets and just kind of read by ourselves. So the fact that we can kind of take that solitary activity and make it a community event, I just love it. And I started a channel because I want to be in on it. Like it's some cult. I don't know what that was. That wasn't a wink. Second question. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Ooh. I always think these kinds of questions are weird because it's like those job application questions where it's like, what value do you add to this company? It's like, ooh, this is a trick question. But in all seriousness, I love a bunch of different BookTube videos. I love reading vlogs. I love 24-hour readathons. I love the informality of it. And I love all that, and all of that is out there. But as much as I love those videos, I also love other types of videos like writing vlogs and videos where people just talk about things that they're passionate about. And I guess kind of similar to Ariel Bissett, how she can just talk about just random things that she's interested in or those sort of things. So I kind of want to bring them all together under the umbrella of BookTube. Because actually, I didn't even know this was a thing. There's the BookTube, which is for readers, but there's also the AuthorTube, which is for writers. And I feel like a lot of people who like those communities are in both communities, but you never see a channel that kind of merges them. So I want to become a channel like that. Long story short. Moving on to question 3? 4? 3? 4. Why do you love reading? As much as I understand why this question is on the tag, oof. It's such a hard question to answer. Why do I love reading? It's more of a feeling, I guess. Like when you listen to really good music and you just like, you feel it in your soul, like, oh my gosh, I know I'm gonna love this song, and you listen to it 9 times until it drives everyone else in your car crazy, because that's what I do. There's a feeling in reading that's similar to that. Like, you know that in your hand you're holding paper, and on that paper there's little things, squiggly lines that we call letters that are just ink. But that's what you know. But what you see is like the scene that's happening, and you don't hear anything except the rustling of the leaves and like the characters talking, and it's such a surreal moment because it's like an out-of-body experience. It really is though, and I love that. Not in a like I want to get high kind of way, but like I just love the way you can really be sucked into a book. And that sounds so cliche, but I don't know anywhere else to say it apart from you can get high, or the sucked into a book escapism cliche. Take your pick. I love that. Also, I really love going back through a book that I've read because I highlighted my books, and being able to see like past versions of myself and what I thought, and like visit myself in that way. It's kind of like a personal archaeology. That's pretty great too. Okay, question number 5. What book or series got you into reading? I'm looking at it right now because it's over there. It's the Warrior series. Well, I might need to rephrase that. The way my mom tells it, when I was about 4 or so, I went up to her, out of the blue, and I said, in all the melodrama that a 4-year-old can summon,
Mother, I just want to know how to read.
I'm pretty sure it went something like that, or at least it's how it looks in my head. And she did. She taught me, and it's just always been something that I've really wanted to do, that I really knew that I was going to fall in love with. Again, going back to the song, like you hear it the first time on the radio and you're like, this is going to be a new favorite song for like the rest of my life. That's how it was with reading. I could see books, I could see words, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to fall in love with that. So I couldn't tell you the first book or series that I read, but the first that got me into reading, because I've just always been into reading, but the first book series that was like an extended book series and not like a tiny little children's book, was the Warrior series by Aaron Hunter. I really love that series. I feel like a lot of people have also read it, but it's not talked about that much. I don't know why, but it was, if you ask me that question, that's what comes into mind. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? This is a hard question, because I like a lot of different booktubers, but I like them for a lot of different reasons. My favorites, Ariel Bissett, I hope I'm saying her last name right, I have no idea. Ariel Bissett, Naya Reads and Smiles, Prue's Project, Reagan from Prue's Project, and Zoe Hurt from Read by Zoe. I love their channel so much, but entirely for different reasons. Ariel, if I had to ask her a question, honestly, I wouldn't even have a question. That woman is so smart and so eloquent. I just want to sit and listen to her talk about anything. Like, if she could call me up and be like, hey, Joanna, you want to talk about cauliflower? And I'd be like, yes, lead on. But Naya Reads and Smiles, I don't know, again, this is the thing, I don't know if I would ask her a question. I would just want to have a conversation with her, because we're kind of close in age. We both are learning Japanese. I want to ask her everything about how she does her hair. I don't know. I don't think a lot of them would be book related, because we don't read the same genre. Reagan, though, from Prue's Project, I would ask her a lot about fantasy books. I love her reading vlogs especially, so just what her reading life is like during the week, because we don't see a lot of that. It's a lot of weekend vlogs that she does. And then Zoe, I love her readathons, but that would be another one, and I feel weird saying this, like I'm some stalker person. I'm like, tell me all about your life. But for Zoe, I would definitely more just like, who are you as a person? I love when she does her readathons, because you get to like see her out and about in her world. So, I don't know. I just want to be friends with all of them. Is that weird? I feel like that's weird. But no, because I want to be friends with all of you, so it's not weird. I'm going to say that right now. But I really admire all of them. I respect them a lot. And I just want to hang out with them and not necessarily talk to them about books, because we see that aspect of their life pretty often. So, what challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? That is question 7. Getting competitive. Which is kind of a weird question. Kind of a weird answer. Because, you know, you think it's reading. Oh, you know, we're out here in a community reading books and having a good time. You know, what could be competitive about that? But I think, going back to Ariel Bissett, she did a video called Has Reading Become Competitive? That really struck a chord with me, because especially when you're on BookTube and you're watching all these, you know, high-profile booktubers, and you're looking at their shelves and their 5 million hardcovers, and they're talking about how they've read 500 books and 3,000 pages in a day. You're just kind of like, okay. And you kind of feel inferior, even though you know in your head it's just a hobby. No one's out here like, I'm a professional reader, you amateur. That's not what it's like. But you kind of self-judge, and I think especially now that I want to start a BookTube channel of my own, that competitiveness will kind of reach a new level. So I really want my BookTube channel to just stay, I don't know, I don't want to say informal, but you know, very laid back. I just want to read. I want to find books that I really love. I want to read so I can know how to write better. There are other goals that I have apart from, you know, reading 500 books in a year. And I want to make sure that the goals that I do want to achieve, like finding books that I fall in love with and writing better, always take priority to some other things that are nice, like hitting a reading goal or having like a huge monthly read video. So just, they're always in priority. And another challenge that I did not think about starting a BookTube channel, not breathing when I'm talking to the camera. Ooh, I keep like talking and doing these long things and I'm like, air is gone. I need to be a swimmer. They have like the lungs for YouTube. The lungs for YouTube. Okay. Question number, let me count because I have no idea. 8? Question number 8? 7? 7.5. Question number 7.5. When did you start reading? I kind of answered this earlier in the what book or series got you into reading. I've just always loved reading since as far back as I can remember. I've always been able to read and I've always been reading something. Yeah. I feel like that's a cheat answer, but it's the truth. Question 8.5. 7 3/4. Question 7 3/4. That's just how we're doing in this. There's no more questions past 7. Officially. Question 7 3/4. Where do you read? I read right there.
Exhibit A. Wah.
In that chair. It is my favorite chair. I take it with me when I go to college. I would take it with me whenever I leave the house. I would put it in my car if I could. But I can't. So, tragedy. What kind of books do you like to read? I will look into any kind of book there is, and I definitely make sure to vet my books and make sure that it's something that I will like, because as a personal rule, I do not DNF books. Never have, never will, not going to start now. So if it's something that I'm going to go out and buy, I have to finish reading it. So I will investigate all kinds. I have like a huge, I have like 3 different Amazon wish lists that is basically just a hierarchy of how far it has gotten down my vetting list, how many tests this book has passed. So I'll look into everything, and if it looks like something that I'm going to like, I'll buy it and I'll read it. And most likely enjoy it after it's gone through so many tests. So there's not like a specific genre. Though I'm a little bit prejudiced against romance, a little bit prejudiced against contemporary, and a little bit prejudiced against paperback, like the little mass-produced guys. I don't play with those. Yes, that was 7.9, I think. I think that's all the questions. Thank you for watching my video. I'm glad to be a part of this community now. Just finished filming my first BookTube video. I've been wanting to do this for so long. You have no idea. And I just did. And I'm super excited. I know Booktubeathon, ex-Booktubeathon, now the reading rush starts in just a couple days. So I'm kind of like getting into the game late, but I'm super excited about that. Gonna try and film a lot of videos for that. I'm gonna film my TBR at some point in time, and hopefully get that out there before the reading rush starts. But I'm just excited to be out here with you guys. I look forward to reading a lot of videos and just talking to you guys about stuff. That's where the title of my channel came from, actually. Wordage. Because I like to talk. Ask my friends. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for joining me. Hope you guys have a wonderful time and have some fun reading. Bye.